Welcome to Fun Python Projects. In this video, we'll be talking about an expense tracker. In the previous video, we talked about how to convert an image to black and white. Okay. And just like we uploaded the data set to make that possible, right? We're able to, okay, I mean, this has nothing to do with what we're doing now. So just like we uploaded an input image here. So in this case of an expense tracker, so this is what we are going to do. The expense tracker allows you to add expenses, view them, and save or load data from a CSV file so that your expenses don't disappear after you close the program, right? So, I've been added everything. You can end up having the CSV file that can help you know the last thing you did here. So, coming here now, so you import CSV and import OS. These are inbuilt libraries in Python, and then here we say our file name is expenses.csv. That's everything we do will be saved here. And then we define some functions. Like the first function is load expenses, and then you initialize with this expenses list, all right? And then if os.par.exist file name, so with open, you have file name mode R as file. Reader will now be csv.reader file. Expenses will be list reader. So the expenses will be listed here, and then it's returned. The expenses we would have appended here. That's in loading expenses. So as you load the expense, of course, save expenses is another one. So, and the argument is expenses. So with open file name mode W new line as file, writer is csv.writer file, writer.write rules expenses, right? So you now have you now define another function again to add expense. So add expense, so you have expenses date, input, enter date in the format YYY, Like today's date will be 2025, month 10, day is 03. The category you input, enter category food, transport, and shopping, and so etc. Then amount, input, you enter the amount, and whatever currency you choose. No, we can go to the level of actually specifying the particular currency, right? They have expenses.append date category amount. So that will be appended to the expenses. So remember we initialized the expenses up here the other time. So then you can save the expenses now. And then once that is saved, it tells you expense added successfully and it goes to another line. So the option you want to choose is to view expenses. So view expenses, in taking argument expenses. So if not expenses, then you print no expenses recorded yet. So if there's no expense at all in the list, it will tell you no expenses recorded yet. And then it will return. But if there is expense, to return the expenses and to tell you the date, the category, and the amount like that. And these ones are spacings. And then you rule this line for this dash 40 times. And then you have this total. So if you also need the total of all of these things, right? So you initialize with total equals 0. And for expense in expenses, so using the date category amount for expense, so you pick up all the, of course, these are spaces, like I said, all the date category amount, and you keep incrementing the total until you get the total amount. And then you also rule the line 40 times to get a very nice report. Then you can then print total, and it tells you the total amount that you would have got from here. Then you can then define the main thing now that runs this stuff. So you now have expenses equals load underscore expenses. While true, so this is when you run your code, this is what you see, that prompts you to do the activities you need to do. So it's an expense tracker and it has three functionalities. You can add expense, you can view expenses, you can exit. Then you have a choice. So this choice, it will tell you to choose an option. Do you want to add expense? You choose one. Do you want to view expenses? You choose two. Do you want to exit? You choose three. So if your choice is one, so that means you're adding expenses. Else, if your choice is two, you are viewing expenses. Else, if your choice is three, you are exiting. Then it just tell you goodbye and it will break. So if you put anything apart from one, two, three, it will tell you invalid choice and it will tell you to try again. And then this last two lines is where this is how to run it. So if double underscore name double underscore is equal to this quoted double underscore main double underscore and then main. So if you run this now, it presents you with these three options to add expense. So first of all, let's view expense. Try to view expense. Now it tells you no expenses recorded yet. Now this keeps running until you complete your transaction and you exit. right? So now there's no expense recorded here. So can we add? So we add, so because I want to add expense, I type 1 for add expense. So, and then the expense, it tells me the date 2025, right? October 01. So let me add two expenses. Uh, okay, let's talk about on that day, maybe we had something, we spent money on food, and then it was 175,000, whatever currency. Okay, let's say dollars, right? So we have that. I mean, it's all made up. Then another one, we also want to add another expense. So I choose one again, and I pick the day, same date, 2025. All right. It's the first day of the month. Maybe we get to do some things. So 01, and then now maybe on transport, maybe bought a new car for 1,750,000. Don't mind me, I'm just making these things up. Of course, I mean I don't mind one day to have such to be able to afford such an expensive car. Not a bad idea, right? Okay, then another one. So I'm going to the second day now, 2025, October 2nd. Then okay, you can see I made an invalid choice. So I was supposed to select one or two or three, but I typed in the date. It's not time for that yet. So I go for one again. Then I can now type in the date 2025 October 02. Then I press enter. It's asking me for the category. We went shopping that day and we spent $100,000. $100,000, yes, for the shopping. Okay, that's still day two, right? So still day two. What if on that day two, so again I need to add another expense one. So on day two, 2025 again. We on October, I mean it's October and that's still day two. So there had some investment to the tune of $2 million. Okay, like that. That's added. So two things for day two, two things for day one. So let's go do another two for day three. Let's say on day three of the month, we add another expense. So that's 2025, October 03. So this time around, we bought a house for $2,350,000. Okay, that's day three. I still want to add another one. So I say one, and then 2025, the month is October, the last day, I mean the third day, that's three. So um so maybe we bought a business. Okay, let's just say we invested in stocks, right? Say stocks, and to the tune of 1,235,456 to, yeah, 457. Okay. And we have that. Okay, at this point, I have six things up there. So we now want to view all the expenses. I just type two and I press enter. So you see, it gives everything in a very neat way. So it arranges everything. So food and transport on 1st of October, shopping and investment 2nd October, house and stocks on the 3rd of October, and it gives us a total neatly. That's total $7,610,457,000. All right. So we have all that. So you can add more to it and all that. So once you're done with all your transactions, then you can say, so you see, all the while the code is running while the process is on. Until you exit, it keeps running. So you can then say, choose number three and exit. Okay, now that you exit, it stops. But everything you have done now, you don't want to lose it, right? So you can just come here. You'll see that the CSV file has been created for you, containing all the information you have put into it neatly. So you can actually download it. Okay, so you can just come and download that CSV file. So just come, click on it, download. So it automatically downloads. So you can go check it in your downloads right here. So that's the expenses thing now. So you download, okay, and this is your CSV file. So you can, it looks like Excel except for the file ending, right? So this is the CSV file containing everything you have done over there. Okay, so this is it right here. So you can tidy that up and everything. So that's about the simple expense tracker. Of course, I know for if you want to do a full-fledged expense tracker, you need something more advanced. You need to put more functionalities and everything. But this is a foundation and a kind of introduction into that kind of thinking. So, and I think if this helps you to lay a foundation to do something more robust, I think I'm very glad. That's exactly why I'm doing these fun Python projects. So with this, I come to the end of this interesting video. Let me know how helpful this is for you. If there's something else you'd like me to try out, feel free to let me know. All right. So if you have subscribed already, I must say thank you very much. If you have not subscribed, of course, you don't want to keep missing these great things I have going on here. Why not go ahead and subscribe right now and hit the notification bell so you can always get alerted each time a new video is released. Having done that, you want to take it a step further by clicking on join to become a member of the channel. You have three levels of membership. You have bronze, silver, and gold accesses, and each of them comes with a special privilege up to maybe having a one-on-one hangout with me on any of the things I discuss on this channel. All right. If you're able to do that, feel very free. Ultimately, don't forget to comment, like, and share so that more people can have access to the great content I have going on here. Till I come your way again, keep doing Python right. Bye.